The Dark Quarter promises and delivers basically True Detective in New Orleans in the 1980s. It's fun, it's cool, it's atmospheric, it's adult, and it gives me what I've been looking for in board games for a long time. Interesting characters, interesting stories, and a whole lot of spooky in places we haven't been before in games. It's developed by Lucky Duck with a lot of the horror and narrative experience of Van Ryder. These two boxes here on the top are the Yesterday Demon and the Other Stories, which is essentially a prequel for the core box characters. We'll see them in a second. And Lost to the Night are a whole new set of 4 characters. And both these were expansions available through the Kickstarter campaign and through Lucky Duck directly at this point. However, these are expansions suitable, and boxes suitable for stores. So they're big and huge and beautiful, but they're designed to sell stuff in the store. They're not designed to store on your bookshelf and make it easier and more fun to play the game while still soaking in that cool atmosphere. I mean, come on, look at this stuff. We have a little Gothic this and the church and Julie Paris, and there's Winter Mullins. I mean, these are all spooky, cool people that you'll meet playing the game. So I'm going to show you an insert that packs that 4-box set into a full-size core box, or any one of the core boxes, and the half-size miniature box. We'll show you the miniature box in a minute. Let's work our way through the core box. So, as Kickstarter backer, you got this cool little journal. It's not a whole lot, but it's still something pretty cool. It's got a little art from the game. It's actually pretty helpful sometimes to take notes. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want any spoilers. We have the game board, New Orleans. I keep the maps here and the rule books for the different expansions in the games. And this is where we start to get into the core of the experience. So this game has got a series of large miniatures that come with the individual boxes. And then we have a series of additional smaller miniatures, most of which you can see here, that come with the deluxe miniatures kit. So this is all of the deluxe miniatures. They've been packed into the box, into these trays in such a way that they are stackable. So when you have them on the table, you've got 2 stacks of these trays is how I typically play it, because you need both of these stacks here. There's all of them from all of the different games. Sorry about the lighting. I'm still learning how to do YouTube videos. Bear with me. But you know, you have 2 little stacks of trays versus the gigantic miniature tray. We have location cards, map cards I call them sometimes. And these are cards you'll find locations in the game. You flip them over and place them on the board. This is the core box. And then we have a tray for each of the expansions. There's probably enough room for sleeve cards. I don't have sleeves in this size. They refuse to come in. I've ordered them, I promise. So we'll talk about those in a minute. But you typically take one of these out and put them on the table. I think the way the expansion works is you do still use some of the core map cards, but we'll see. We have consumable cards from the core box and from the expansion. We have this, core box, and we have story cards from the core box as well. We'll talk about where the expansion cards in a second. So these are sleeved right now with Sleeve King sleeves, which leaves plenty of room. However, some people want to use premium sleeves, and they are just a wee bit too large. So I have a little lid that you can pop on if you don't want to squish your cards down while putting it away. Totally optional. I don't use it because I'm happy with 60 micron sleeves, but if you're on Team 100 micron, regardless of your brand, I've tested Ultra Po and Mayday and Sleeve Kings in 100 millimeter. There you go. It fits in nicely in between here, and all of these larger minis fit in there nicely. The other story cards and consumable cards are stored in this tray here. So this is the story cards, the consumable cards from the second expansion. This is actually the 100 series expansion, which comes with a couple cards that actually go in the core box and I didn't refile. And then on the other side, we've got the story cards. 100 series, 200 series. So you just grab the right one, off you go. Let's look at this from above. This is standard cards. These are premium sleeved cards. These are Sleeve King sleeve cards. So they all fit. There's a little notch so you can find which one you're looking for nicely, and it fits in that little spot right there. Everybody goes back in the box, and off we go. What you'll find when you play the game is you'll end up probably using these first two trays here. So everybody up to serve number 15. It's a little snug, but you know, that's the price it takes to get premium sleeves. Once it's in there, everything fits nicely. So, putting everything back in, I put the rule books over top. And then I have the map, the journal, and off we go. So, you have 4 different characters you play at a time, and each of them have a different class. I really love the theme of this game. I mean, I just do. And so I wanted to make sure that when you open the box, you got it. You had the experience of opening the box and feeling, hey, I've got this cool experience I'm going to have. These are all different skill cards for the different classes that you can play and different characters you can play. This is one character set. This is the other character set. These are boxes. So if you pick this character, or one of these 2 characters, you get a little tray. You choose your cards from the skill card during gameplay. You can stack it underneath. You've got your dice, you've got your point of interest markers, you've got your skill cubes. There's 4 each in each of them. That's the way I set it up, which is pretty typical. You don't typically end up with 5. I don't even know if you can. And so, but during gameplay, you're going to, hey, I need to upgrade so I can get another skill card. Well, there they are right there. You pull them out, you pick your new skill card, and you put them back underneath. And that sits nicely on the table right next to your player dashboard, keeping things nice, neat, and organized. Speaking of player dashboards, there they are right there. We'll talk about that tray in a second. We have our experience tokens, fit nicely in there. These are our NPC tokens. There was tokens in these overlay trays right here. Instead of this gigantic, huge overlay tray, this is the same set of tokens right here. And so if you want to pull out a token, see if I can demonstrate it standing up while holding it in the air. You just flip to the number you're looking for and find it. And it acts more like a library. It's the right width. It doesn't warble around too much. And with a little bit of practice, you can easily do it. And again, this sits on the table. Boop, there's all the tokens you need. And you don't have huge, gigantic things taking up the entire table. So we have our player dashboards. And so, you know, here's Reboxing. So if I was playing Reboxing, which is an investigation character, I would have this, I'd take my dice out and put them here. I'd have my point of interest tokens, I'd have my cubes, I'd put them on my tray here, and underneath I would have my skill cards that I would use. And I would keep track of them here. I'd put my experience tokens as I get them, experience coins as I get them in my case, right there. So all of that fits nicely. And so I have this nice, neat, organized play area. It's actually good for solo play too. It helps you with table space. You know, it makes it easier to manage. And so that's how that works. So we're gonna put that back in there. Let's come back to the box. So this is the other set of tokens. That's the core box series in this particular case, 00. You can store them in either order because they're stackable boxes. They can go in either direction. I just happen to be, that's how I put them away that one time. All that goes back in there. So maybe you're asking yourself, where are these pesky minis? Because we have playable characters. Well, we have location tokens. This again is another tray you can put on your table. And you've got this beautiful tray here. So this is the characters from one set of expansions. This is the core box. And then this is the Lost to the Night set of characters. They're opposite each other. That way you're not confused which ones go where, and you just grab them and play them. So I can reach in here, and I can grab her and play her very easily. I don't have to worry about them rubbing against each other. They have minimal contact with the insert. So if you're a painter, and I am, I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet, off you go. These are laser marked. They're not multicolored prints. These are laser marks. So I take a laser and I actually hit it with an IR laser to make it as as possible, and it actually uses a lot less plastic than a multicolored approach. But if you've got a multicolored approach, you can. When I sell the files digitally, they come with a de-embossed version, so you can easily multicolor print or just have it automatically marked. Because one of the cool things about this game is everything's got a name and a number. It's actually really easy to find where things go. So, speaking of finding where things go, as I'm putting this away, I found myself getting interrupted while playing this game several times. And so, okay, great. Yeah, I need to interrupt. I need to clear off the table because I've got to do something else to the table. So I designed a little save game tray. It actually came as a suggestion from somebody else that's purchased the insert and said, hey, you really need one of these things. It'd be really great. And I'm like, wow, that's a fantastic idea. So thank you very much for the idea. It was a fantastic suggestion. And so I'm going to show you how this works. So what we have is I have the cards I have from Juliet Paris, the skill cards I have from Winter Mullins. These are the consumable cards they happen to have. I've got the Beaumont Agency's shared cards here, story cards there from the scenario I'm playing. I just completed scenario 1 in this case. And so if I'd interrupted in the middle, sometimes you have location cards. And so there's a little slot to put them there, and they fit there nicely. And so now what happens is I collect all these things up, I put them here, rather than having to sort them back into the original box they came from, and having to hunt them out again later. The app does a good job of telling me where to put things like skill cubes, but it doesn't do a good job of, the insert doesn't do a good job of helping me manage these cards, because I don't have to put them away and then get them back out again. No one has time to do extra sorting of cards. We want to get this game played. So now there's just a little tray to get them out, and off you go. So that's the fast version of walking through this insert. And it's available for sale on Etsy as a digital download and as a 3D print with laser marking. It's available as a digital download on Cults 3D and on Etsy. And the idea behind the two is some people want to print fancy colors. Some people have a 3D printer and they're very, very good at it. So that's what I got. Feedback and suggestions welcomed. Thank you very much.